So here's some of the top misconceptions I hear in paleontology. Number 1, Velociraptor wasn't Jurassic Park and that big. This is a 3D printed skull of Velociraptor mongoliensis, and above you is a skull of Deinonychus. They are different sized animals. Imagine a Velociraptor like a coyote and Deinonychus like a wolf. They're similar things, but they actually have different sizes. Also the claws. So for example, Deinonychus means terrible claw, a name that's not very fun to say. It sounds like you're sneezing, but it means terrible claw in Latin. Meanwhile, Velociraptor has a claw this size, so it's a little bit smaller. Hence the idea of them being different species. But you're saying, wait, aren't they really big? You're thinking of Utahraptor, this guy here, which was named in 1993. The same year a certain movie came out, but I can't remember which one. Anyway, let's move on. So number 2, Dilophosaurus in Jurassic Park. Dilophosaurus, the double-crested lizard, the thing they call spitter. We don't have one here in the museum. We have this footprint from the same time. Again, Dilophosaurus is West Coast, this is East Coast, but again, we're at the same size footprint, so that's our closest tie to it in our museum. But here's the thing, the animal did not have a neck frill. That was added for the movie. Very simply put, Steven Spielberg said, I added it on film. We have record of him saying this. I've added it on film to make it different from the raptors. Dilophosaurus itself is like 20 feet long. He made it smaller because why? He wanted to be different from T-Rex. And so these things we know in science and paleontology. Anyway, number 3. So the next misconception is that the Megalodon, the shark behind me, and T-Rex did not live together. Here's the big thing. They are separated by like 40 million years. So they were, the Meg's ancestors were in the time of T-Rex, but not the Meg itself, and they were way smaller. When the Meg 2 came out, the trailer shows it eating a T-Rex. And in the moment of that happening, I was like, ah, and yelled, and my wife's like, what's going on? I said, for the last 10 years, I've been telling kids that Megs do not live with T-Rexes for at least a decade. And now for the next 10 years, I have to do it again. And she's like, calm down. This tooth never bit T-Rex. Know that. All right, next fact. People think everything that's extinct or dead was a dinosaur. And when I started teaching in the college and I came here, I couldn't understand that. Like dinosaurs are defined by certain features, the ankles, the skull, the way they move. And in short for the public, if it lives on land, if its arms are going straight down, arm and legs going straight down, and if it's covered in scales and or feathers, it's a dinosaur for the most part. There are a few exceptions in the Triassic and so on, but the idea is very simple. If you see a critter that's prehistoric and it's feathers or scales, its legs are going straight down, it's more likely a dinosaur, not the mastodon, the mammoth. This guy here is an elephant-like animal. It has hair like us, not feathers or scales. So this is not a dinosaur. So people think that most of it is a dinosaur haul. Really only the middle section, the Mesozoic, shows dinosaurs. The rest are mammals usually, and other prehistoric critters. So that's one thing to point out, big deal. It's like, it's not the dinosaur haul, it's the Hall of Paleontology, the Moran Hall of Paleontology. So I appreciate that.